Hey, FlimsyLunchTray here, and welcome to World Warships for a new annual tradition I'm going to start doing in terms of YouTube videos. And that is to do a video and talking about the Festive Rewards and giving you my overview and advice, tips and tricks to progress through the Festive Reward in a way that's really beneficial to you, maybe even shortening the time it takes for you to claim your Festive Rewards off of all the ships in your fleet, and then just some other little things to point out with this. So here we are in the Nordlyshaven, the Northern Lights Harbor, and because I'm learning Norwegian, because I live in Norway, I'm like, that's fun. I actually know what that means. So here we are on one of my favorite tech tree battleships, the Conqueror, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go down and start talking about the event now. So I think what we'll do is we're going to back out further here, and we're going to go to looking at the ships. And if you're looking at the ships, let's actually just go ahead and first start off with let's say we're doing the American destroyer line. Let's do it like that. So whether you have this view or the compact carousel view, if you're newer to the game, this is also to help you understand the best way to approach the Festive Rewards event here in the game. Maybe if you're a more older player who's been playing the game for a while, you kind of have your mind wrapped around this, but maybe there's something new you pick up here, or you can give your own thoughts in the comments below. But basically what's happening here, as I need to also pick tier 5 ships, is when you're looking at your ship, you see this new snowflake icon on the bottom. And this essentially means you have a Festive Reward to pick off of that ship. And depending, there's a few variables here regarding claiming the snowflake off of your ship. One is the reward or what the reward amount will be. And then the other is how much base XP is required to claim the Festive Reward off that ship, if you will. So what I mean by that, so first let's just talk about the rewards you can get here in the game. So let's say I start with tier 5. You can see here I'm going to get 700 coal. I'm claiming the Festive Reward off the Nicholas. For the Farragut, I'll get 750 coal. For the Mahan, I'll get 800 coal. For Benson, I will get 70 steel. For Fletcher, I will get 80 steel. For Sherman here, I will get a festive certificate, and I'll talk about that as well and what those are. So there's different rewards depending on what tier ship you're playing. I actually don't have any super ships. The super ships also earn steel, and I'm guessing it's either 90 or 100 steel. I'm not 100%. Maybe I can check and I can do it in the below here or off the side of the screen. But as you go through each tier in the game, you can only earn rewards off ships that are between tier 5 and super ships. So that's why I usually tell players, hey, if you're grinding up a line, I understand maybe if you're really brand new, but ultimately you're going to want to keep your tier 5. You want to keep the whole line. Let's say you grind up to Montana, where it's in your best interest to go and hang on to New York, New Mexico, Colorado, because of the snowflake events like the Festive Rewards or the anniversary events, where you also get rewards dependent upon how many ships you have, so on and so forth. So here on tier 5, I only need, if I play Nicholas, I only need to get 200 base XP, which is like, okay, that's not too bad in co-op. Farragut, 250 base XP. Mahan at tier 7, I need to get 300 base XP. For tier 8, I need 400 base XP. For tier 9, I need 500 base XP. And for tier 10, I need 600 base XP. And again, I don't actually know what it is for super ships because I'm about to finish off picking up all the tech tree ships in the game before moving on to super ships and finishing off CVs and submarines. So that's the requirements where you have to meet playing X amount, not just experience, but base XP. And from the battle. So for example, I just finished a quick game in Yoshino in co-op, and in this game, Yoshino, I need to actually earn 600 base XP to earn, to claim and receive, or not claim, but just receive the Festive Reward off of Yoshino, which is just a festive certificate, and it's 426. So that means I actually need to play Yoshino again if I'm going to claim the Festive Reward from Yoshino, being a festive certificate at tier 10. Or there's another way in just I can claim the festive reward off the ship, which I'll show you here in just a moment. And I'll even talk about which battle types as well that I recommend you to play and go through. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and hop over to here. When you're in port, you can see this festive rewards on the left side of your screen. And I'm going to go first to the event rules, and we're going to read through them. Earning festive rewards in battle, update 13.11 adds festive rewards for all tier 5 and above ships. Tier 5 through 7 offer coal, 8 through 9 ships and super ships offer steel, and tier 10 ships bring you festive certificates. To claim each ship's festive rewards, take your tier 5 and up ships into battle and earn base XP. The required amount of base XP you need to earn and the exact rewards depend on the ship tier, which I just showed you. Festive rewards are only available until the end of update 13.11. Now, claiming festive rewards without entering the battle. This is something newer that Wargaming did within the last year or two, where all the base XP that you earn on ships in battle is added to the progress bar. Each time you accumulate 1,000 base XP and fill the progress bar, you'll be able to choose a certain number of ships from which to claim festive rewards without needing to take them into battle. The number of those ships depends on the number of ships in your port. So it depends on your fleet size, right? So first let me show you this progress bar they're talking about. How to claim festive rewards without entering battle. All base XP that you earn in ships in battle is added to the progress bar. Each time you accumulate 1,000 base XP and fill the progress bar, you'll be able to choose from which ships to claim festive rewards. The number of those depends on the number of ships in your port. So here you can see earn 621 base XP in battle to obtain festive rewards. And once I have done this, then what I'll get is 5 for myself, because I have a ship fleet size that's between 200 and 399, as I have 385 ships. Now actually I had already recorded a video, but I didn't like how it ended, so I already picked up, I used I claimed what ones I had available. So I'll get back into that maybe here in a minute. But I'd need to earn another 621 base XP in order to obtain the festive rewards. So going back into this, so it's dependent upon your fleet size. So up to 24 ships, you get +1. If you have 25 to 49 ships, you get 2 rewards. 50 to 99, you get 3 rewards. 100 to 199, you get 4 rewards. 239 ships in port, you get +5. 400 to 599 ships in port, +6 rewards. 600 plus ships in port, you'll get +7 rewards. There's that many ships in the game, right? So if we go back to port, you will see if I hover over here towards this way, you can see I have 385 ships and I have 3 vacant slots. So I'm actually really close to being able to push myself into the 400 category, right? And I usually, what I tell players who do these snowflake events is to just, if you're really close, let's say you have 95 ships, right? And you have, let's say you have 7 port slots or whatever, then my advice is, let's say you don't have a lot of credits, you can't really spend a bunch of money to pick up a bunch of, like, let's say higher tier ships or something as an example. My advice is just coming into your tech tree and pick up your tier 1 ships. So if you only need 5 more ships to push you over into the next category, just come in here and pick up 5 ships for 0 credits, right? Here in the tech tree, these tier 1 cruisers is typically what they are. It says Black Swan, and then Eritrea, maybe that's how you say that. And then you'll be pushed yourself into a new category, so you'll earn more rewards for the 1,000 base XP that you earn in the game. And then maybe you have to pick up a couple tier 2 ships as well, just to help you push yourself over into that category, then great. But if you're like me, I only have 3 vacant slots. So this is a bit of a challenge. There's only 2 ways I can remedy this, right? Well, maybe there's 3. Sometimes you can earn vacant port slots by just playing the game, like they'll drop as rewards, so on and so forth. I think they even drop in super containers as an example. The other thing, the second would be is if I come into the Armory, and that's where number 2 and number 3 in, but number 2 is, let's say I pick up a ship. Any premium ship you buy here in the game, let's say I'm going to look at the Carnot as an example, it will come with a port slot with the ship. So you're not eating into your port slots, because when you pick up premium ships, even like let's say down here at tier 3, you'll get a port slot. So let's say you're a newer player and you need some additional port slots, and let's say you're sitting on 80,000 coal. Then I'd be like, hey, come in here into the game and pick up some of these low tier ships that don't cost you a lot of coal, right? That's really helpful as you go on. So then you don't have to outright buy the port slot, which is number 3. And you get 3 options. You can buy 1 for 300 doubloons. You can buy 3 for 900 doubloons. You can buy 5 for 1,200 doubloons. So they're actually cutting you an offer of 20% off here. So FlimsyLunchTray, I would have to buy 3 of these, meaning I had to spend 3,600 doubloons to put me up to, well, I have 385 ships and I have 3, so actually I only need 6. So I could just buy 1 of these. Give me 5. I need 9 essentially. So I could buy 5, 3, 1 as an example, but it'd just be easier to buy 2 5, so 2,400 doubloons, 10. Oh no, I still need more. I'm bad at math. 385 ships. I already have 3 vacant slots. That pushes me up to 388, so I need 12 port slots, right? So I'd have to essentially buy maybe 2 of these. So that put me to 10, and I could buy this, and that'd give me 13, or I could just buy 3 of these. So either like more than 20, definitely more than 2,400 doubloons, or maybe I just spend 3,600 doubloons here. So then I can earn that additional festive reward because I put my ship fleet size after I picked up the ships after getting the port slots into the 400, 599 category, which honestly, it doesn't take very much to get 5 rewards. I mean, even with having underneath 400 ships, I'm honestly not too worried about it because I do like playing the game, so I'll take my time with it, and that might be for you, but I just like to make mention of that. If you're really close, just pick up some tier 1 ships if you have the port slots available, so then you don't have to play the game as much, and you can get through the event a lot faster, if you will. So advice and when it comes to claiming festive rewards off ships. Now, because I don't have some available sitting here, like you'd see like you have 5 so-and-so available to claim 5 rewards off ships. My approach is, what I like to do is pick out the ships I don't like playing to claim the festive rewards off of. So for me, as an example, I don't like playing aircraft carriers, and I don't like playing submarines, right? So what I would do is I would just come in here and I would pick off the festive rewards from carriers and submarines first. So I've actually already done that at the higher tier. So like my Essex, my Audacious, my Midway, I've already claimed the festive rewards, those festive certificates that those offer off them. The other thing is I like to pick off, and I already did this with the tier 8, 9, and 10. Let's see if I go to the tier, I don't know if I have a tier 7 version of that. Also hybrid ships. I don't like playing hybrid ships, so I claimed already off of Louisiana and Nebraska and then Delaware. So what ships you don't like playing, just go ahead and come in here and use your festive rewards on those first, right? Like for me, what I do, so I'll focus on that first. I'll pick off submarines, CVs, hybrid ships, and you might be different from me. Maybe you don't like playing destroyers and cruisers, but you like playing CVs and submarines. Then just apply it in the spin in the sense that makes sense to you to do. And but then the other thing is I start off with the low tier first after I've gone through and picked off CVs, submarines, and hybrids. So I'll start actually off the tier 5, and I work my way up. Now, I've already picked off multiple tier 5 ships. I think I've already used over 30 of claiming festive rewards off of ships. But for me, as you're seeing the ships, tier 5 ships I like to play at the lower tier are starting to accumulate here. So I like playing T-22, Omaha, Hot Nick, Nicholas, Marblehead, Lima, Marblehead, Königsberg, Hill, Bretagne, and Agincourt. I like playing these tier 5 ships. But I'll use, after I picked off CV, submarines, and hybrids, then I'll use more of my festive rewards that I'm able to claim off of, like Onegano, Acosta, Vasteras, Trento, the Stored. I'll just come in and I'll do that. And I do that because I'm in no rush to claim the festive certificates. off of the higher tier. Now, I might differ from players here, and I'm totally expecting to. You might want to claim the festive certificates as fast as possible to spend them, which we're about to go look at that in the Armory. Myself, I like accumulating the festive certificates, so I can see when I pick them off, because I only get them off of tier 10 ships, or if I'm looking in the event pass in the end of the first chapter, you get one here. And here off stage 25, and then in 16 days you go into chapter 2. I like to see how many festive rewards I end on to help me make my decision on how I'm going to spend those. And the other reason why I'm not in a rush, so to speak, to pick them off the higher tier ships is because I like playing the high tier ships. Typically, there's a couple here I don't like so much, but I like playing the high tier ships and taking my time because I want to accumulate as many Santa containers and Santa mega containers as possible before opening them. So I'm one of those types that likes to, go into containers, to sit on my containers. So if I go to view all containers, I actually already have 12 Santa's gift containers currently, and I like to open them one at a time after I've accumulated all of the containers. So Wargaming did it different this year. Where used to you have Santa's gift container, Santa's big gift container, and Santa's mega gift container. Now you only have Santa's gift containers and Santa's mega gift containers. And even with why I like to take so long with it too, is that I'm going to earn a whole bunch here in the event pass. So I'm actually going to buy the second chapter, which I probably recommend easily because you get more rewards, but you also get this tier 7 Pan-Asian battleship. But I need more XP boosters to finish off grinding out some more tech tree ships. And I wouldn't mind having some blue ones in my back pocket to go to finish off picking out the high tier CVs and submarines, but also for super ships, because that's what will happen after I finish off submarines and CVs here in the game. But there's a lot of Santa containers here, so I want to be able to collect them all. And I'm even going to have more time. So it won't be till like the very end of December, beginning of January, before I do a video of like opening all of my Santa crates, because I'm going to have a lot of Santa crates to open. So I'm kind of like one of those crazy people that's just how I progress, and that's how I play the game, so to speak. So with that being said, let's go ahead and go into the Armory. And let's just show you the festive rewards. So here you're seeing, it's actually showing me to buy them, right? If I come down, what did they do? Where did they put it at? I gotta come up here, I think. Santa's gifts. Oh, come on. I was just looking at this the other day. Because once you've picked up, I'll talk about that as well. Wait, was it right there? Did I just skip it? Yeah. Bundles for certificates. So I have 7 of those festive certificates, and I have to come down in here into Wonders of the Arctic, where you can see it costs 1 festive certificate for a Santa's gift premium container, or 5 for a Santa's mega gift container. Now the difference between these is quite large, definitely 100%, very large. So each Santa's gift container can drop one of 145 ships, including rare and special ships, Days of Warships premium count, doubloons, coal, other items, as a chance to drop the following container: golden gift container, which has a chance of like dropping another ship, which you can see here it's showing a 10% chance of that, or you're just going to get red boosters or research bureau points or steel. All right, but it's only 0.1%, like, so it's not even a full for the tier 10 or warships, because what they've done is that you basically have to hit the lottery 3 times, so you have a 2.5% chance of dropping a premium ship, but then they subdivide that into 3 categories. So if you're a newer player, you're most likely going to be pulling from tier 5 through tier 7 premium ships, and then you have to kind of hit the lottery again to pull a tier 8 through 9 premium ship, and then you have to hit the lottery like again if you're going to get through all 3 categories before you could start picking up ships like Missouri, Benham, and Rhode Island. So that's why players who've been playing the game for a very long time, it usually takes them a while before they can earn some of these classic ships in the game, because they have to get through the low tier fodder, if you will, so to speak. There's some good ships, of course, here between tier 5 and tier 9, but don't expect, if you're a new player, that you're just going to open one of these and get Missouri or Benham, because that's totally misleading, right? Don't expect that. The Santa's Mega Gift Containers, completely different outcome here. So it's still 145 ships, but the rewards are much greater. So now instead of having a 2.5% chance of pulling a ship, you have a 16% chance of pulling a ship. So you can see divided 12% for tier 5 through tier 7, 3% for tier 8 through tier 9, and 1% of tier 10 or a rare ship. Now the thing to keep in mind here is if I also go down, you're going to see the rewards label laid out here. It's quite a lot, and actually I didn't show that here. I didn't scroll down far enough, so my apologies on that. So the Santa's containers don't have as great as reward as the Mega containers. So that's why the Mega containers are really the ones you want to go for and utilizing your festive certificates for, definitely. And you can just see how that's subdivided. It used to be a lot easier to pick up Premium Day, Premium Time back in the day. But Wargaming figured out players were buying Santa's Mega Gift and Big and Santa's containers with the intention that it would give them all the premium they needed for the whole entire year without actually having to buy premium, and they still had chances to drop ships. So Wargaming nerfed how much premium time you could receive into Oblivion because they felt the players were in some way taking advantage of it, but like they're the ones who designed it, right? So your rewards can be really good here, all said and done. Even in pulling a Mega container, if you pull the Golden Gift Premium container, the statistics stays the same. So that doesn't vary whether it drops from a Santa's gift container or a Santa's Mega gift container. It's actually really good if you do get it to drop from the Santa's gift container. Now, also to keep in mind is that both of these have a guaranteed drop rate. So let's say you've opened 14 Santa's Mega Gift Containers. Upon opening the 15th, you're guaranteed a drop from the rare category in being a premium ship. So you're guaranteed a ship upon the 15th opening, but with 16% chance of dropping a ship, it's possible you could pull 2 or 3, maybe, before you'd have to worry about, oh, am I going to have to open 15 containers before I drop a ship? Some people don't get caught up on YouTube. They'll be like, I opened up 15 containers and I got 5 ships from opening. Where you're going to see other, and they're going to post about that on the World of Warships Facebook groups, maybe in the Discord, maybe over in the DevStrike forum, right? Don't get caught up in the hype. Where there's going to be many of us, probably we only get 1 or 2 ships out of opening 15 containers, as an example. Now the guaranteed, oops, that took me like all the way out. Now the guaranteed drop rate on the Santa's gift containers is a lot less. It is 100. So if you opened 99 of these containers, upon opening the 100th, then you'll receive a ship, right? Now Wargaming's doing a little something fun in terms of the event pass, because if I remember right, this first chapter, you will actually, if you buy the second line, you'll get 30 Santa containers from. And then in the second line, I think it was the same. Let's see, 5, 3, let's see, it's 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I get 15 from the top one, and I think it's the same 5, 8, 11, 15. Yeah, so you get 30 Santa containers from the first chapter, and then I think you get another 30 from the second chapter, in addition to pulling some Mega gift containers as well. I think there'll at least be another one in the second chapter line. So it's actually kind of worth it to go for, because then you can kind of work on making sure you do hit the guaranteed rate of those festive, of those containers. Now, there is something to keep in mind. You might get close to the end, and let's say you're 95 containers opened away from and then you're only 5 containers away from a guaranteed drop in 100. Then you're like, hey, I might actually want to come over here and spend some money to buy just 5 containers, right? Because they cost, depending on how much, $1. So you can spend $5 and you're guaranteeing yourself a tier 5 or higher premium ship in the game. So do pay attention to that guaranteed drop. I don't recommend always spending money on the game, but it's up to you. It's your money, right? If you're going to spend money, this is probably one of the better times of the year to spend money in the game. And then you also, I need to wrap this video up. You can see over here, there's also containers for doubloons. Now, I need to make a very important note here between the containers for money and the containers for doubloons. If we come for containers for money, you can see there's these 20 Christmas tokens as a bonus when purchasing these containers, or 100 Christmas tokens when purchasing 20 of these. Now, if I choose different amounts of containers I'm going to buy, that number will change, right? But on for doubloons, you don't have that. You don't get those, what we're calling Christmas tokens, right? Wargaming, that's kind of loud. If you can just disable the sound here if you really want to. Wargaming has moved this year. It's been interesting. They're moved into a way that they want your money. They want real life money. Doubloons isn't good enough for wargaming anymore. Because there's ways you can earn doubloons, of course, for free in the game. Some people, like, they'll buy, this is probably, it's going to upset some players again, like the Black Friday event. You couldn't buy some of the, like the Massachusetts, Jean Bar, was it Sashio, and there was another ship, I just had it at the top of my head, Alaska. You couldn't buy those super rare ships for doubloons, but you could buy all the other Black Friday ships for doubloons, but not those. Those you had to spend real money for. And there were players who had saved money. They bought like on your birthday in the game. If you have your birthday registered with Wargaming, whatever, they will give you a 100% coupon. Like, let's say you buy 20,000 doubloons, then you're going to receive an additional 20,000 doubloons. So then you actually earn 40,000 doubloons, right? And so Wargaming is, I think, now beginning to look at that as a loss for them. They don't like that because if you get to double that, like from your birthday, because players specifically spend money on their birthday to get more doubloons, spend money, real life money for doubloons, then they're like, you can still buy these containers, but we're actually going to change it around now where you're not going to get like, we're going to cheap you out from getting these very rare Black Friday ships, and now we're going to like make it to where you're not going to even be able to get these Christmas tokens. You can only get the Christmas tokens for real money. So Wargaming has kind of moved more and more into this, I would say, kind of predatory marketing scheme where they really just, they want your wallet. Like, honestly, right? They want your wallet. So be mindful of that. Like, that's just kind of, Wargaming is moving more and more in that direction each year as time goes on. Enough with that. But basically, if you spend real money for the Santa containers, then you would come over to here and you would get to buy certain things. So you can buy enemy destruction effects. This is the new thing that Wargaming is monetizing. I still need to do a video. I have kind of this theory and stuff when it comes to Wargaming monetizing, but now they're monetizing destruction effects that you see on ships, right? So come in here. I don't know what, we don't get to see the preview. We have to be hovering the mouse over. So now they're monetizing the destruction effects in the game, but you can only get this if you spend real life money on Santa containers, right? Versus just spending doubloons. Yeah, festive camouflages. There's a ton of festive camouflages in here. Like one of the ones I have been wanting like forever. If I can find the dumb thing. And I'm skipping it constantly because my eyes are bad apparently. Although I just went to the eye doctor and they were fine. I thought they had the Scharnhorst camouflage, Arctic camouflage in here. Or maybe I can just use my, did they? Am I making that up? Maybe it's just because I got an Arctic camouflage I can tie to any ship. I thought it's here. I could be blind and it's like right here in front of me and I just don't see it. But you can come in and get, for spending, 12 Christmas tokens if you spend real life money on to receive these various permanent camouflages. And then the other thing is New Year commanders. So for one token, Christmas token, you can pick up these 6 skill point commanders that they've added into the game. Although I think some of these have been in the game before. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these guys have been in here before, so I don't know if there's actually any new commanders or not. But this gets at the whales, or the players who are really collecting. They want to collect all elements of the game. Then they're likely to spend real life money and then in one go come in here, pick these guys up, so on and so forth. So I think that brings that to a close. So if you're looking for what to spend the festive certificates, just keep in mind they're in Wonders of the Arctic and then bundles full certificates. It's kind of annoying. The one things that annoyed me, I think it used to all be right here. You would just be able to switch between the containers of where to spend the, your festive certificates on Santa's containers. And you would just like, oh, am I spending doubloons? Or am I spending certificates? Because if you want to buy these for real money, you would just go to the premium shop on the website. And now they're like, oh, we've actually made it like it's more layers. You kind of had to do what I had to do. You have to jump around to find out where they're at. So with that being said, I think it's going to bring the video to a close. Over 30 minutes. Oofta. So hopefully this video has been helpful for you when it comes to Festive Rewards, especially if you're a newer player in the game, and if you're a more veteran player in the game. Maybe there's something new here you learned or not. I don't know, but hopefully it's been good for you. So if you liked today's video, give a thumbs up. If you didn't, give a thumbs down. Subscribe if you want to see more. If you're subscribed, thanks so much. I would appreciate it. Thank you to my Patreon supporters. And until next time, take care.